Ross Chastain comes home fourth tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway in the Battle of Broadway 150. Ross, how would you assess your night overall, and what more do you need to get to the front at the end?
Yeah, we were okay. I thought we were a second to fourth place car a lot of the night and raced around some guys and was trying to learn how they save tires here and where I could give up time on track and do that. And thought I did an okay job. I probably, looking back, could have been a third, not fourth. And I got the third at the end of the second controlled caution. And then we got the lead on the restart after we put the tires on and the caution came out. So that was a big bummer. But yeah, we put ourselves in position to win. We just didn't all work out.
Ross, you're back in the Pro Late Model here again this weekend. You've had success earlier this year in the Pro Late Model. Can we see you in the Pro Late Model more again this year? Is that possible?
You know, I don't know. I want to do and be around anything Bob Sargent does. So when he sends me dates and races, I usually put some effort in. We'll see. We're going to get pretty busy and pretty dedicated to the Cup stuff as we go through later in the summer in the playoffs, if we're fortunate enough to make that. So I don't know. I do know I want to win. I want to win with the Rackley War team, and I want to win one of Bob Sargent's races. So it would have been a big night if we would have won tonight with Tootson's here.
And you were battling Josh Berry right there. You mentioned that controlled caution there with 20 to go or whatever, and you kind of took the lead there, but got called back with the caution. The crowd was going crazy. Could you hear the crowd over the cars inside?
No, I couldn't. But I did look up there right before the green flag and just was trying to take in all the sights and the smells and the sounds of what this was. So I did look up there right before we took the green flag tonight, and just I'll have that memory. And then happy that a good little crowd turned out, and happy they got up on their feet. As long as they're making noise, that's we're doing something right.
Ross, looking ahead to the rest of the weekend at the big track, in Cup this year, you've been incredibly consistent. I think you've got only like 3 finishes outside the top 15 all year, but still going for that first win. First win came last year at Nashville Super Speedway. What areas have you and Phil Surgeon been focusing on to try and find what you need to have more of that raw speed to get to the top 5, get to the lead, and try and get a win there on the board?
It's just exactly that raw speed, that little bit better balance. Take those 10th place finishes, turn them into 5ths. Then we've got a shot. If we're consistently 5th instead of 10th, sometimes you saw it in New Hampshire. I can get from 8th to 3rd on the start, but I just couldn't quite hold it. And by the time we got the car better, then we're just kind of stuck around that 10th place. So yeah, we're just working. We have our processes, we have our ways we do things, and we're always evolving, and we take criticism and we take feedback, and the engineers, the mechanics, and the greater group at Trackhouse and Chevy, we're not the same team we were 6 months ago when we started the season, or the end of last year, or a year ago when we won. Not that we're trying to do anything that different, we're just trying to learn from past races and the mistakes or the decisions we've made. So I feel like it's just that little bit, man. It's a half a 10th here, it's a 10th there. It's one good restart, get to 5th, and then have a shot to go in. And we're close to that. I feel like we can show up any weekend and do it. We just haven't been. We've been consistently at the 9 cars in front of me and the 9 cars behind me. They keep changing, but I feel like I stay the same. I'm so consistent right now.
Ross, late model racing here in Nashville is kind of a cat and mouse game between tire wear and track position. Which one do you need more at the time? Is that something you felt like you managed well tonight, or did you feel like there was areas you could have done better?
I felt like for the balance of my car at the time, I thought I was doing a really good job. Looking back, that second stage, I guess I'd call it, before the from the run up to lap 121 or whatever, where we had the caution, I could have pushed a little harder there. Maybe got to second, and then that would have given me a little better lane choice for the final restart behind the 55. But then again, I got to choose 4th and got the lead, so I restarted 3rd, second row inside. I learned I could do things better. I could have done a lot worse. I could have got turned around late there with the 14 when he drove in my door. I a lot of things I could have turned Josh around when I was trying to move him up off the bottom. I couldn't tell how far up my nose was to his back bumper. I felt like I was hitting his seat in the car. Like, I couldn't figure out why he wasn't moving, and the noses are so low and long and the rears are so high. It was a lot of fun.
Last question from me. You mentioned earlier it was your first time at the fairgrounds and it was a bucket list item for you. So did you enjoy it as much as you thought you would? And was there anything different from what you expected?
Well, there's definitely, expectations were non-existent. I just didn't know. I mean, you can only watch so much in-car and YouTube videos. I even went back and looked at old historic videos of Cup cars racing here a long time ago, and the guys that were consistently fast here through the years and decades. So the line isn't that different, even though it's 50 years later. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's but until I experienced it myself, I wasn't sure. Now, right now, I feel so much gratitude. Like, I got to run for one of the best teams in the country. I had my merch trailer out there selling merch with my brands on it, with the Tootsies t-shirt. Like, we made a custom t-shirt just for this race to sell here. Seeing the fans turn out, seeing little kids come up, like letting the little guy do my pill draw to see where we were going to start. Like, those little memories and those, just interacting with people is so cool. The fact that I'm getting to do it across the country for fun is just incredible. I was just a kid running a late model in Florida up until 2011, and I would have been one of these guys and kids just up trying to get an autograph. And so now to be the guy with the merch rig and having my team, the MMI group, is out there hustling merch, like it's good for all of us. Get away from the big track, get over here, do it the old school way, and really cool to then have a fast car also at the end of the night.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.